Nepal has a huge value proposition when it comes to the end consumer. We have the Himalayas, which is the birthplace of cashmere. So Tricot was established a little over 20 years ago. The goal of Tricot has always been to make a top-notch product, focus on the quality rather than the quantity, and quality not just of the product but also servicing the customers, because we operate in a fashion industry where besides the product quality, the on-time delivery is also very critical, in many cases more critical than having a perfect quality. So Tricot's vision and goal has always been to serve its customer with the best available quality for their market segment. We have stayed away from the mass market demands. We operate predominantly in the middle and the upper middle segment of the market. We would like to get closer to the end user or the end consumer of our products to understand what they need and how we can serve them in a better way. So the whole idea started while I was still studying in the UK. And my family ventured into the weaving side of making cashmere or pashminas, the shawls, stoles, mufflers, scarves, much before I even entered business. I did the entire sourcing of the cashmere yarn from China, from Mongolia, try to figure out if we can, even produce it in Nepal. And that was my introduction of cashmere. And then later when I went back, cashmere was also introduced to us while we were studying how it is spun, the quality parameters, how it is knitted, how it is woven, where I actually got my first-hand experience of doing all these things by myself while studying. And when I came back, I realized we had a buyer base who were buying the woven products from us. And since these two industries are totally separate industries, I focused more on the knitting side of things, and that's how Tricot was born. Initially, the biggest challenge we faced was lack of raw material availability in Nepal itself. So we were dependent on China or Italy to source our products. That often led to increased lead times, increased sampling times. Converting customers was not easy, being in the fashion industry with longer lead times. Over the years, we figured things out. We found stock service vendors. We started keeping stock in our company to overcome those challenges. In Nepal, we've had lots of challenges in the past when it came to managing the operations in a very volatile environment, which Nepal went through in the late 1990s, early 2000, with the insurgency, not very stable government, policy factors. So we've had many challenges in the past. Today, our biggest threat would be Nepal escalating from a least developing country to a developing nation. So a lot of benefits that we enjoy, like duty-free access to certain markets, would probably go away or would be curtailed in some way post 2026. So that is an immediate threat that we anticipated or realized back in 2019 and started working to mitigate those factors since then. The biggest advantage we have is we are made in Nepal. Nepal has a huge value proposition when it comes to the end consumer. We have the Himalayas, which is the birthplace of cashmere. Our ancestors have been using cashmere to keep themselves warm, to weave, to sell in the local markets, also export as back as when people were trading through silk routes. So Nepal has that history. The disadvantages amongst the predominant ones would be lack of proper infrastructure in producing the raw materials from start to finish. Of course, the challenging environment in our country, economic environment, would be another challenge. Another big challenge is Nepal being landlocked increases the cost of acquiring the raw materials and processing them, and then of course the logistic cost of shipping them out. That increases not just the cost but also timelines. And in general in the industry, another big challenge that I see coming up is fake products. A lot of manufacturers, a lot of brands around the globe are not selling pure cashmere. I mean, they claim to sell pure cashmere, but many of those products are laced with either very fine wool, and in many cases, you will find, in the worst case scenarios, you will find there's not even a percentage of cashmere in these kind of products.